Alright, hey guys, welcome to another very interesting episode here at Learn with Anirudh. And on this one, we're going to be answering a very important question, a critical question that a lot of you all have. Can a non technical person become a data scientist? If so, how? So, ladies and gentlemen, to find out the answer to this particular question, make sure you watch the episode until the end because all the way through, we'll have a lot of bits and pieces of really important information for you all. So, with that, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Alright, guys, now taking a look at data science, the first item on the agenda I have for you is to discuss why we require data science in today's world. Now, Andrew McAfee says that the world is one big data problem. Yes, so the most important thing of why data scientists are trending all over the world is we are generating so much data. And the best part is, I agree with Carly on this next statement. She says the goal is to turn data into information and turn information into insight. Now, people have figured out how to do this and how to do this really well across all the domains that we have today. And that is one among the reasons of why this domain itself is explosively popular and is offering some really high paying salaries. Now, the most important thing you have to understand is that what I agree with what Damien says here is he says that aim for simplicity in data science. Real creativity won't make things more complex, but in turn, it will simplify things. Just like how we're doing here at Learn with Anirudh, even in data science, there's a lot of complex concepts that you have to simplify down to the basics. And once you do, you will only realize saying, hey, data science is actually a very easy domain. So you have not been taught in a right way. That's the reason it seems difficult to you. But trust me, if you're taught in the right way, there's a very good chance you might find a brand new love for data science, and it makes it super easy and enjoyable at the same time. So now coming to answering the really important question, I'm from a non-technical background, can I do data science? Of course you can do data science, and let me prove it right now. Even though you might not be a data scientist who's watching a video, there's a good chance that you're already thinking like a data scientist. I'll prove it to you. Let's just say that, assume that you're the head of analysis or head of data analysis at a company, a streaming company like Netflix or Amazon Prime or something like that, and you have three goals that are being set by your managers. The first goal is to make sure you bring more people to subscribe to the product. Just like how Netflix is trying to, do all these things where it's catchy, it's attractive. You might want more people to come in to subscribe to the particular streaming website. That's one thing. The second thing is to serve customized content to the existing subscribers. So there are millions of people who have already subscribed, and you have to keep them entertained so that they don't cancel their subscription. Goal number two. Goal number three is to make irresistible offers to brand new people so that they become subscribers, and eventually you can start reaping in their money as well. Right now, this is how generally any product based company would work, any subscription based company would work. And you, as a data scientist, let's take a look at the first point, to help more people buy the subscription. Now, to help more people buy the subscription, can you or can you not use the past data to understand customer behavior, understand why are people buying the subscription, what is making them choose your platform over the others? You might be providing high quality 4K content, you might be providing multi-channel surround sound, you might be doing a lot of things different, nicer, and the quality of your videos, the content itself can be better. Maybe you have very big producers in the house as well. Now, this is the most important thing. You would have done this, I have done this, I remember. You might have bought a subscription just to watch one of your favorite shows, watch your favorite movies or something like that. The first time I ever bought Netflix was because of a show that I was watching at that time, and it was not available anywhere else. So that is when I started it out, and from there till now, for many years, I've been a customer of theirs. So understand which shows. Don't you think you can understand which shows would bring in more people, and make sure that you add those shows to your particular streaming website, and know that whenever these shows are coming, you can analyze the number of people who have joined your subscription during the launch of that show as well? Can you or can you not do that? The next thing is to entertain the existing subscribers. Now, to entertain existing subscribers, this is something that Netflix does amazingly well. They use a lot of machine learning, deep learning, and AI for this. And basically, it's just a fact where you can use the data that the person is providing. If I am watching a movie, basically, which includes Tom Cruise, let's just say I love Tom Cruise and I love watching Tom Cruise movies on Netflix. Netflix has an algorithm in the back end that can understand that, hey, this person loves Tom Cruise, so let me just start showing a lot more content of Tom Cruise, that this person is hooked. into the particular, gets hooked to the particular streaming website and then just starts watching, and binge watching is the term that we have. So you can use the data provided by the customer to help them better. Correct? You would have thought about this, I am very sure. And the next thing is, yes, use those suggestions to start intelligently providing more movies. Now, I am a person who loves watching stand up comedy. I love watching a lot of documentaries in real life. So, whenever these are documentaries and stand up comedies, my Netflix recommendations are full of these, nothing else. I don't really watch the other genres of movies. I don't watch fiction. I don't watch sci fi or anything. So, Netflix will never show me any one of those until there is something which is super catchy and super exclusive, right? Now, the third thing is to make sure that you make irresistible offers to new subscribers. Yes, can you or can you not go about creating certain charts, graphs, and plots using data to understand why the customer surge was present? Were you running any new discount? Were you running a sale? Even most important thing is not just running sales and understanding why customer surge is present. Take a look at this particular point. It says understanding what your competitors are doing right now. Now, if you remembered recently, at the time of the creation of this episode, Netflix actually dropped their prices here, at least here in India. Now, in that particular case, while everyone else were increasing their price, Netflix very intelligently start dropping their prices. And of course, I bet that they've seen a lot more subscribers just because of the price reduction. That is an amazing thing, right? So understanding what your competitors are doing, performing some analysis there, and find out how you can make better of your own current situation based on your competitors. Don't you think you can do this? Of course, you can do this and a lot more if you're working towards becoming a data scientist. So you've clicked on this video to understand, okay, so how do I get started right now? To get started right now, ladies and gentlemen, I have 4 or 5 very simple points. Let me discuss it with you. The first point is to make sure you guys start planning. Data science is a domain which is very, very complex in a way where if you do not have a structured way to go through it, you will find it very difficult. I'll give you an example. Think about you guys doing a hike on your favorite mountain or something. You have not gone to that mountain, you're looking forward to hiking it. If you do not know the route, if you do not know the trail, you will get stuck, you will get lost. But what if you had a map? If you had a very structured learning map of what you should learn, when you should learn it, and how you should learn it, don't you think you can easily go about doing it? Similarly, here in data science as well, just use the learning path, have a very structured way, have a plan, have a map, and having this map will make or break your entire data science journey and career. And the most important thing is always have feedback based learning and constant support. Now, whenever I've been putting out episode, I always ask you guys at the end of the episode to give me your feedback, to give me your suggestion. And a lot of you all head to my LinkedIn and you actually DM me all your suggestions and content request suggestions and all of that. See, even I am using feedback based learning at the moment because I've been a data scientist. So feedback based learning is something that I have been doing for a lot of years right now. And regardless of in whatever I do, I make sure to bring this, and you should as well. So step number 1 is to plan it out really well before you even get started. Step number 2 is understand what is going on in the current market. Let me take you back to 2020 when the pandemic was raging against the entire world. I bet you remember these two are food items, right? The Dalgona coffee and the DIY pani puri. DIY is do it yourself. When everyone, when we were all locked down, we couldn't go out. We were all making pani puris and eating at home ourselves and making the super popular coffee called Dalgona coffee. Now, if you remember these trends, you have to understand that in data science as well, we have certain trends. At a point of time, there are certain tools which are trending, certain techniques which are trending, and these trends are something that you should really know about, because if you observe all of these trends, companies that are hiring will be offering really high salaries for these trending tools and these techniques. If you are a master of these and if you start working from scratch to build towards that trend, by the end of your data science learning journey, it never ends. But when you are ready to get a job in this domain, you will come out on top. And this is a secret that a lot of people use to get ahead of the competition. And you now know, understand what tools are trending, understand what are the top things that are happening in that particular domain. I'm going to be covering this in a future episode as well. And once you get to know that, you are already one step ahead of the huge amount of competition you get here in data science, right? And coming to step number 3 is the most important step here, is to assess skill requirements. Now, data science is a domain where you're going to need a lot of important things such as statistics, applying mathematics, programming, and even business analytics as well. Now, applied mathematics is very different from the mathematics you have learned in college or school. There, they would have taught you how something works. Here, no one will ask you how this works. People will just ask you, how can you use this mathematical concept to help me model my data, build my data, or something like that. So you're applying mathematics. It is very different from the mathematics, the difficult mathematics that you might have studied in school or college. And then programming, yes, you require knowledge of programming. The most popular programming language in data science right now is Python. We have another language called as R programming language, which is for data analysis as well. You're going to require statistics, you're going to require a bit of math. And as always, if there's anything that looks complex on your screen right now, if you take a second to hit that subscribe button, I'll make sure to simplify all of these down in the coming episodes so that you guys watching can definitely work your way to becoming absolute masters in the domain of data science. Right now, once you understood step number 3, we'll come to step number 4, which is starting from scratch. Now, there's a lot of you all who might be watching this episode. You already know Python, you already know a bit of working with Python, but the best thing I suggest is have a structured way, start right from the scratch so that you don't miss anything. Start fresh. This is going to be really quick. This is going to be really simple, because down the line, once if you clear your basics thoroughly, you will not have to keep coming back to understand what did I skip, what did I forget. You think that you will know something and you will go ahead. But when you are trying to relearn it, you will understand, oh, okay, maybe I should have put in a little more effort on this one. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, there is no need to absolutely do that if you start from scratch. Yes, it might take you one more month to revise the entirety of Python, but trust me, that 1 month is going to be the most important month for you, because that will save you another 2 months of work later down the line. 4 important steps are done. Here is the 5th important, the most important steps, especially for you freshers, especially for people who are getting out of college and finding out their favorite domains and getting into a job. Ladies and gentlemen, you really need to set a strong goal. See, career wise, you have to understand that data science, Python programming, all of this looks really nice when you're on the other side watching my episode. But this is something that you have to do every single day, maybe for the next 5 or 10 years in your career. So right now, just assess to see if you want to do this. Yes, Python is very easy. Yes, mathematics is very easy. I've proved it to you. I can prove it to you many more times. But you have to make sure that you have an interest and a genuine passion to go about doing this for every single day, right? And the best part here is there's nothing to look back upon, because in the case of data science, there's many career paths that you can choose. See, a data engineering role is also available, a data analyst role is available, a business intelligence analyst role is available, and in these domains itself, there are another 10 designations each. So overall, you have access to 20-30 designations in the domain of data science, where with respect to data engineering, you'll take a look at handling data, the SQL side of things, the database side of things, and eventually with data analysis, you'll just be working with multiple teams to provide solutions to them. And with business intelligence, you will try to bring in a lot of data, understand where your company went wrong in the past, where it can do better in the future, and start predicting things as well. So ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of things that you can do, lot of various career paths that you can take. We're going to create an episode to make sure I answer this question about what are the various career paths that you can take as a data scientist. Make sure you subscribe for that. But this is something really important if you're coming from a non-technical domain, is not just that, hey, I want to become a data scientist now. Good, you can become a data scientist, but in that itself, you might find something which is more interesting to you or more closely aligned with what you want for your career. So ladies and gentlemen, that is really important. Now, the overall goal of your career of the initial steps that you're taking should be something that says you have to solve real life problems. Data scientists, data analysts, data engineers all over the world are only doing one thing. They're using data to solve certain problems out there. The better you can solve a problem, or the more complex problem that you can easily solve, there's a very good chance the company might pay you a higher amount for your talent and for your ability to take your thought and put it into logic. So ladies and gentlemen, start solving real world problems. That's the reason I keep telling you that you have to start working on these tiny projects, start doing something on your own. That way, at the end of the day, you have something to showcase on your resume, which is brilliant, which is way beyond what the competition might have even tried. This is a highly competitive domain. You already know this. This is something that you should know about. Now, coming to answer one critical question that I always get is saying, hey, am I too late to get started right now? I'm 25, I'm 32, I'm 35. Can I get started with data science? No, you're never too late to get started with data science, especially in the year 2022, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that in the last 10 years itself, people have started vigorously using data and to understand the power of data. Data is like the new oil. If you remember 40 years back, think of the price of petrol. Think of the price of petrol today. So when people know the value of something, it just goes on and it just becomes explosively big. in the case of data science itself. So it is never too late right now. It's lots of trending technologies, and the best part is there's always companies that are hiring you guys no matter what. There are millions and millions of companies who have just started to figure out how they can integrate data science into their products. And if you fit right in there and learn with their company and make sure you're providing solutions for that company, as always, you will have a career path which does not only provide a really high salary, but at the same time you have very quick career growth. You can go from associate data scientist to actual data scientist. You can become a senior data scientist, you can become a data manager, you can become a chief data architect in a particular company, and you can grow in a really rapid fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something which you will not get in a lot of other career paths. And of course, it's still called as the sexiest designation in the entire IT world today, a data scientist designation. And the best part is, this is something that you really should be looking forward to. I know the pandemic sucks for a lot of us right now, but the best part, one good thing is that your job profile right now is open to many companies across the world. Since every one of us are working from home, there are thousands and thousands of companies who are now accepting international candidates where previously they might have not done that. There's a very good chance your profile just went from 10% noticeability to 90% noticeability if you actually put in some work and apply to all the companies out there. And there's a good chance if you want to restart your life in another country out there, you can do it. And this would be the best possible chance for you guys to go about doing this. So, coming to answer another question, you might be saying, hey, how do I get started right now? I'm really pumped and I'm really excited for this. Ladies and gentlemen, to get started right now, make sure that you're watching these two videos that you see on your screen right now. I have the Python tutorial up. As you can see, Python, you can get started with it very easily. And I have this video where I talk about the exact stuff. What is it exactly that a data scientist does? Ladies and gentlemen, there are two videos up on your screen right now. Make sure that you guys are taking a look at that. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this really important episode. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed this one. If you have, do take a second to like the video, hit that subscribe button so that I can reach out way more learners like you and help a lot more of y'all. So ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot more videos coming your way. Stay tuned to the Learn with Anirudh channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one really soon. Cheers.